Hello, today we have a look at the Ultimate Cloud Security Championship by WIZ. It's a capture the flag focused on cloud security challenges. And they released 12 challenges, one challenge for each month. The first challenge was released in June 2025, and the last challenge was released in May 2026. And today we have a look at the Perimeter Leak challenge. So the description says, after weeks of exploits and privilege escalation, you've gained access to what you hope is the final server that you can then use to extract out the secret flag from an S3 bucket. So we can do the challenge in our web browser. We have a terminal window and can interact with the server. And in the description, we can see that we deal with a S3 bucket and we need to find a way to extract the secret flag. And here we can see that a Spring Boot application is running on AWS, and we have here our URL. So we can send the curl request, and we get a welcome message to the proxy server. So before we get started, we can have a look at Spring Boot and what it is. And in the documentation, it says it helps you to create standalone production-grade Spring-based applications that you can run. And it's for Java applications. And we can click on Reference and Production Ready Features. And we see a section about endpoints. So we can see these endpoints help you to monitor and interact with the application. And we can use this for enumeration. So we see there are a lot of endpoints available, and we can check if we find any useful information there. So let's start by querying the base endpoint. And we get some JSON result back, and to make it more readable, we can pipe this into JQ. And again, we can see here more endpoints we can query. We have beans, caches, health, info, conditions, and so on. And we also see an endpoint for env. So this could contain sensitive information about the environment. So let's check this out. So we see some property sources, some system properties. We see the EC2 user and also some Amazon stuff. So we are running most likely on an EC2 instance here. We can see the Java version. Then we have the system environment. And again, we see here the EC2 user directory. We find here the bucket name. But we didn't find any credentials here. But at least we know the bucket name. We can also check if we have any information about our identity. But it looks like we are not authenticated. Next, we can try if we can access this S3 bucket. And we need to add the suffix s3.amazonaws.com. And we get an access denied message. We can also have a look at the headers. So we specify -i. And now we get the region back. So it's US East 1. We can also try if we can access the bucket with the AWS CLI. We specify S3, we want to list the objects, and we use the no sign request because we are not authenticated. And we provide the region we just found here. We see the same error message, access denied. So we can go back to our documentation and see if there's any other interesting endpoint we could query. We see there is scheduled tasks that could be interesting. So let's check this. Again, we pipe it into JQ, but nothing is available. We can go back to the documentation and we see there is an endpoint mappings. And it has a list of endpoints that are mapped to specific handlers. So let's check this out. Again, we pipe it into JQ. So we get a lot of information back. And there's one endpoint proxy, and that's a non-default one. And we can see it expects a parameter, a URL. So we can try this and provide for the URL, for example, google.com. And we get the message bad request. And it says this proxy can only be used to contact host names that match IP addresses or include Amazon AWS.com. We can also check what happens if we provide the local host. And we need to provide a protocol. And we see the same message. Earlier we saw that we are running on an EC2 instance. And we know we can only provide an IP address or some Amazon AWS host name. And what we could try next is to see if we can query the instance metadata service for information about the EC2 instance. So we can go to the documentation and we see we have two different versions of the service, 1 and 2. And we can click here on examples. And we can see here, we just need to curl this IP address. So we provide the IP address for the proxy URL, but we get unauthorized back. So when we go back to the documentation, we can see that version 1 is simply request response, but version 2 is session oriented. So we have version 2 here and we need to get the session token. And here we see an example how to get the token and then how we can query the endpoint. So we need to do this in 2 steps. First, we get a token and then we provide the token and query the service again. So we send a put request to our endpoint with the IP address of the service, and we need to query latest API token, and we specify also a header with the TTL. So now the token is stored in our environment variable here. We can send now the second curl request. We provide the token in the header, and then we query the metadata endpoint. And this time we got some results back. So we can have now a look at the identity access management endpoint. And we get back info and security credentials. So let's query security credentials. And we see there's a role defined challenge 01. And we want to inspect this role. And we can see the access key ID, the secret access key, and the token. So we can configure our AWS profile with these environment variables and continue the enumeration. We set the AWS access key ID variable. Next, the AWS secret access key and the AWS session token. And now we can try again if we can list the contents of the S3 bucket. And this time we get some results back. We see private and also hello.txt. We can copy the hello.txt file to our machine. And we use AWS S3 CP. But we just see a welcome message. So next, check what's in private. And we see there's the flag. So let's copy this as well. But we get a forbidden error message. So we can have a look at the bucket policy. Let's pipe this into JQ. This was not helpful, but what we can see is there is a deny for all principals, and it applies to private and everything that follows. And we also see that there is a check that the source VPCE needs to have this string. So we need to find a way to send a request that we use this VPC endpoint. And we found earlier the proxy endpoint, and we could perform server-side request forgeries. So we could try if our EC2 instance is using this VPC endpoint, and then try to find a way how to access this file, the flag, through that. So what we can try is we create a pre-signed URL. It's basically a link to this file then, and it gives you temporarily access to this. And to do so, we can use AWS S3 pre-sign. We specify the address to the file, and we get this huge link back. So we use our curl request to the proxy endpoint. We copy this URL and we paste it. We get an error message bad request, but that's most likely because we need URL encoding. I'm just using an online encoder. And this time we have access and we can read the file and we see the flag. I hope you enjoyed the video and see you next time.